The day was 26 December 2004. A bright, sunny day. Everything looked perfect in Sri Lanka, the beautiful island in the Indian Ocean. Until the deadly hour of 8:15. Tsunami waves crashed into the western, southern, eastern and northern coastal belts of the country, causing massive destruction to infrastructure and claiming more than 40,000 lives in just a few minutes. The Reconstruction and Development Agency, or RADA, estimates the loss of livelihood at 200,000. The Industrial Development Board, through its post-tsunami surveys, has identified 4,389 affected industries. In the tourism industry, up to 32% of the rooms were affected in the southern coast, with nearly 60% of the rooms in the eastern coast, according to surveys conducted. This is the town of Galle, the southern capital of Sri Lanka. Destruction seen here coincides with the level of economic loss in affected regions. The Galle district counts for the highest number of livelihoods and enterprises affected. The Federation of Chambers of Commerce and Industry of Sri Lanka, as the umbrella organization for 53 chambers and associations, teamed up with the chambers in the affected areas, donors and other partners to immediately map out and implement a project to rehabilitate the affected enterprises. The project was the 40-month Back to Business project, with the main objectives to bring back to business 10,000 enterprises and livelihoods by June 2008, with 35% women-led enterprises, to provide business orientation, which includes trauma counseling and other appropriate training to 10,000 beneficiaries, including livelihoods, by June 2008, and to create 50,000 employment opportunities, including re-employment, by end 2008. The Back to Business project was planned to be the most comprehensive private sector initiative for rehabilitation of tsunami-affected livelihoods, micro, small and medium enterprises. The planning ensured the project took the holistic approach, dealing with national-level policy issues and grassroots-level implementation, connected with post-tsunami, micro, small and medium-scale enterprises and livelihoods rehabilitation in a coherent manner. The project was comprehensive in terms of covering all affected target groups in all affected districts, including conflict areas, and providing an array of services. It adopted a multi-tier delivery system at village, district and national levels, accommodating coordination possibilities with other stakeholders and similar initiatives at each level, efficient outreach and penetration possibilities to each target group involving local stakeholders for final decision-making. Back to Business also built a strong coalition of partners, bringing in their best local and international practices and expertise depending on their area of intervention, and ensured a multiplier effect by making use of capacity already built up to form strategic alliances with programs already in progress. It was also conflict sensitive to avoid any means of discrimination on war-affected and the tsunami-affected enterprises, and addressed both groups on an equal basis. The project has made it compulsory that every beneficiary follows a session on trauma counseling and business counseling, and the beneficiaries at micro, small, medium and large categories follow 3 to 5 days of training on business management, thus exposing them to better methodologies in managing their enterprises. It assists women-led enterprises and livelihoods by providing grants and supports them to compete at village, regional, national and even international levels in commercial terms. The project plans to support up to 3,500 such enterprises. Transfer of technology becomes an important component of the project. It involves expert assistance, training, observation tours, participation and international technical exhibitions, and also assisting the enterprises to obtain better and appropriate technology. These 22 divers lost all their diving equipment in the disaster, but the project assisted them to obtain technologically advanced diving equipment. They have now returned to their profession. One of the key problems for any enterprise is to find linkages for marketing their products and services. Market and corporate linkage efforts of the project provide solutions to this issue. Due to exposure at national exhibitions, many beneficiaries have secured key linkages to sell their products. CH Garments in Gaul is now catering to orders obtained at the IMEX exhibition. This is another women-led enterprise where 32 people are employed, 29 of them women. The proprietor has embarked on a national distribution effort now, thanks to the assistance of the project. Sanchi Jadi now produces jadi in a scientific form and packs them in airtight bags. The Industrial Training Institute through the project provided the technical training. The Postgraduate Institute of Management supported by offering project management expertise, including business planning. The project has helped him expand his distribution network. This is one of the examples of the combination of technical training, business planning, and market linkage through a combined multiple partner effort. Market linkage efforts through exhibitions not only provide linkages but sales as well. 15 participants at the summer fair collectively generated a sales revenue of 1.3 million rupees. The project is proud to announce the successful participation of 6 of the Back to Business enterprises at the Serendip exhibition in London. It continues to expose beneficiaries not only at national level but international levels as well. The project sponsored 90% of the costs for 6 beneficiaries to display their products at the exhibition. All beneficiaries made their first entry to the international level by making their products available in the London market. The successes were such that Mikata Creations within 2 months has already supplied the first order to London. Pilsali is in the process of shipping the second order to London. Visiki Arts is preparing for his solo exhibition in London. The projects also bring enterprises back to business by the facilitation of necessary credit from financial institutions. Professional assistance is provided mainly to SMEs in the preparation of feasibility studies and appropriate credit documentation. Assistance is also extended in the procurement of tools and machinery. Providing grants for commodity for livelihoods and working capital for MSMEs is one of the key components of the project. The approval of such grants and all benefits are approved by a joint evaluations committee at district level, comprising members of the local chamber, business community, Reconstruction and Development Agency or RADA, consortium of humanitarian agencies, banks and key regional project staff. After field verifications, peer review where applicable, and desk verifications as to the accuracy of the information provided by the beneficiary. All payments are made by check drawn in favor of the beneficiary. The National Coordinating Committee meets every 3rd Friday of the month to evaluate the progress of the project. The NCC comprises of representatives of the Ministry of Enterprise Development and Investment Promotion, Sri Lanka Central Bank, among others. Regional coordinating committees with similar compositions operate at regional level to address issues at district level. Overall, Back to Business has been identified as the most comprehensive private sector-led post-tsunami economic rehabilitation initiative. The project has so far supported 7,741 beneficiaries by way of grants for commodities and working capital to the value of 183.2 million rupees. This includes 2,242 women-led enterprises and livelihoods and support exceeding 40 million rupees. It has facilitated credit worth over 517 million rupees for 970 beneficiaries and trained 8,051 beneficiaries at 236 training sessions and provided 115 beneficiaries with market and corporate linkage opportunities, with 6 enterprises exposed at international level. Taking into account the overall impact in bringing back to business 10,000 enterprises and livelihoods by June 2008 with 35% women-led enterprises, Back to Business has brought in 8,711 enterprises and livelihoods, which is 87% of the target with a time lapse of 45%. Currently, 26% are women-led enterprises. In providing business orientation, which includes trauma counseling and other appropriate training, to 10,000 beneficiaries, including livelihoods by June 2008. Back to Business trained 8,051, which is 80% of the target, with a time lapse of 45%. With an objective to create up to 50,000 employment opportunities, including re-employment by the end of 2008, Back to Business has created 29,927 re-employment, new employment opportunities during the period, which is 60% of the target, with a time lapse of 41%. These achievements would not have been possible without the support of our donors. A very special thank you to the Embassy of the Netherlands in Sri Lanka, principal donor, for funding 95% of the project. The United States Agency for International Development, USAID funded Revive project. The Government of Germany, Handwerkskammer Koblenz, Shell Live Wire Project, and the Asia Foundation. We shall rebuild together.